Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And tonight we got some news, and I'm going to talk about Dynamite here tonight on a Thursday. So WWE has new rules, and I think this is part of the TV negotiations. They're trying to tell them they're like a family-friendly program, and so to do that, they don't want wrestlers to no longer be taking like when they get like a cut with blood or like a bruise in their body. So a lot of wrestlers do that, and they put it up on like on like Twitter and stuff like that. And so they're saying that could affect the way they're trying to present themselves to these TV networks as a family-friendly program. If you got the wrestlers posting everything, like all the cuts they get or all the bruises they get on their body, so they're not allowed to post anything about on Twitter or like anything on about either like getting a cut with blood or like a bruise. And most people believe it's due to the way they're trying to present themselves to the TV networks as a family-friendly program. So they can get a new contract with I don't know, Fox or USA Network or whoever else. They're saying Natalia, she said something weird on an interview. She said, "Yeah, I got drafted to Monday Night Raw, but that does not mean I can't show up to SmackDown." What the hell? I mean, most people, we're trying to act like these brand splits is going to be 100% tight, but we know for sure eventually they're going to break it, and they're going to have guys from SmackDown going to Raw or guys from Raw going to SmackDown. But you would think that it hasn't even started. And she's already talking about possibly going to SmackDown. What the hell, Natalia? Jesus Christ. Now, I've had said in the past, with the tag team division and the women's division, they should let them go to both shows. Because I don't think they have enough women or they have enough tag teams. But whatever. And then in both the like I said, I think they're going to make new titles. So I mean, both the tag team champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and the women tag team champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, both got drafted to Raw. So maybe they are, like I said, there's talks of going to make new tag team titles for SmackDown, and they might even make new ones from Raw. And they just present them to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Judgment, there's talk they're going to add somebody else to their faction. They're saying that maybe one of the NXT calls up, the one that just got called up to the draft. They said they could add them. So like, what was it? It would be a fifth member to Judgment Day. So we'll see. And then Adam Cole said he would like to wrestle Kenny Omega or MJF or whoever the champion is by All In August in Wembley Stadium. He said, "I'm very happy being back," and he talking about how he would like to wrestle for the AEW Championship at Wembley Stadium. So we'll see. Right now, obviously, he's doing with Chris Jericho. Let's see. I think that's about it. It's not a lot of news today, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot of news today. All right, I guess it's time for AEW recap. Dynamite. We're here to do AEW recap Dynamite. All righty. Let's go. What was the date? It was 5/3, so May 3rd, 2023. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. AEW Dynamite recap, as I say. So this show was kind of a lot of crazy matches. I didn't think it was kind of like a lot of crazy matches, but let's go through it. So from Baltimore, of course, what it starts with Mr. Adam Orange Cassidy. It's like an 8-man tag team match. It's Adam Cole, Riddick Strong, Bendino, and Orange Cassidy versus Angelo Parker, Matt Marzar, Jake Hager, Daniel Garcia. It's just an 8-man tag team matches all over the place. Crazy. Chris Jericho's doing commentary. At the end, Adam Cole gets the win. And he hits his finisher, the boom kick. And that's how he wins the match. And after the match, he goes straight to Chris Jericho, and he starts attacking Chris Jericho, starts beating him up. They got to get security to get Adam Cole off of Chris Jericho. Then they go to commercial. They come back. They're kicking Adam Cole out of the arena, out of the building. Chris Jericho's like, "Yeah, come out. This guy's a danger to us. Come out." And then Britt Baker comes and she slaps the hell out of Chris Jericho to the point where Chris Jericho falls. That was kind of hilarious. So good stuff here for the storyline between Chris Jericho and Adam Cole. And then we get, let's see here. Then we get a promo from the Black William Comeback Club, and they're just talking about how the difference between them and the Elites is that they teach the young wrestlers how to be better. And that's why Wheeler Yuta could someday be better than Bryan Danielson or Jon Moxley or Claudio Castagnoli, because they're developing him, they're molding him. And then Jon Moxley challenges Kenny Omega to a steel cage match on Dynamite. Is it next week? That's going to be a hell of a match, man. Hell of a match. I can't wait for that one. And then later on the night, Kenny Omega does a promo and he accepts the challenge. So Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, a cage match. And then we get Saraya versus Willow Nalga. Saraya wins the match, and after the match, they're beating up Willow Nalga. And Shida comes out. And it looks like she's gonna join the Outcast, but at the end, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter show up. And she ends up throwing the paint in the eyes of the Outcast, and instead she allies herself with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. So that makes sense, right? Because the Outcast is people from other places, like the WWE coming into AEW, and the other ones are originals. So obviously, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Cheetah are all AEW originals. So of course, it makes sense. She's with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. So good stuff right here. Let's see here. And then I don't know what the hell this was. It was like a battle royal, they called it the Trio Mayo Trace Battle Royal. I don't know what the fuck this was. Again, I thought already up to a crazy match with that 8-man tag team match. And now you're gonna do this. What was it? A battle royal. This shit was crazy. It was going all over the place. At the end, the Acclaim won it. So I guess now they're the number one contenders for the Trio Championship. So it'll be the Acclaim versus House of Black for the Trio Championships. All right. Yeah, I thought the match, it was so hard. It was so wild. Interview backstage between Renee Paquette and Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara's kind of pissed off because he saw that there was nobody in the car with MJF. How come you left them? MJF is like, "Hey, man, I had to rest my back, man. My back hurts from carrying this company." And then they start hugging and shit, and yeah, stuff like that. Whatever. And then we get Wardlow versus Logan Rocks. Obviously, Wardlow wins. He squashes him. After the match, Christian and Luchasaurus come out, and it's officially revealed it's Christian, the one that was going to face Wardlow, not Luchasaurus. This is like MVP trying to face somebody instead of Almost. It doesn't make sense. Jesus Christ, man. Holy cow. I really thought that he was going to leave the company, and that's why they did the whole Bury Alive match at Revolution, because they were going to get rid of him. Jesus Christ, man. Now he's going to wrestle Wardlow for the TNT Championship. Holy cow, man. I feel sorry for Luchasaurus, man. I really do. He's just out there to be his bodyguard. Jesus Christ, man. Let's see here. And then we get Ricky Starks versus Juice Robinson. Good match here. It was a really good match. Ricky Starks wins the match. After that, Jay White comes out. He attacks Ricky Starks, but then Ricky Starks is about to hit his. Then he counters. He's about to hit his finisher on Jay White, but then Juice Robinson saves him. So I thought Sean Spears was going to come out and do this, but he wasn't on. So I don't know. I thought he was going to be like the one that helping Adam Cole combat Juice Robinson and Jay White, but I guess not this week at least. Then you got Jungle Boy and Darby Allin. They're trying to get themselves ready for their tag team match versus Sammy Guevara and MJF. And then Darby Allin leaves the locker room, and MJF comes in and tells him, "Hey, man, you're my brother, man. I think you're a fantastic wrestler. How I think that you're better than Sammy Guevara. But I'll be honest with you, man. I don't think you're AEW World Champion material, but you could be my guy, man. You can be my sidekick." And Jungle was like, "Hey, man, I'm not interested in being your sidekick. I'm interested in being the king. I want the crown." And then Darby Allin comes in the ring in the room, and then MJF just walks away. Like, what was that about? And Jungle was like, "Don't worry about it." So now Darby Allin's like, "What the hell's going on here?" He doesn't seem to trust Jungle Boy for their match. He's having problems trusting Jungle Boy for their match. And then so we start off the damn match. Jungle Boy and Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara and MJF. If MJF and Sammy Guevara win, it stays as a one-on-one match, a double or nothing between MJF and Sammy Guevara. If Darby Allin and Jungle Boy win, it becomes a fatal four-way match. The whole match, it seems like they're working together, MJF and Sammy Guevara. But of course, after a while, MJF keeps getting these blind tags because he's trying to get the pin. Sammy Guevara gets pissed, like, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" Like, "Hey, man, I should get the pin, man. I'm the world champion." Like, "I want the pin." They start fighting. They push each other. They start fighting. They beat the hell out of each other. And that's how Darby Allin and Jungle Boy capitalize. And that's how they freaking win the damn match. At the end, man, Darby Allin hits the coffin drop. And hits, pins Sammy Guevara. And so it's official. It's a fatal four-way match. Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, MJF, and Sammy Guevara and Jungle Boy for double or nothing. They were going to get this at this point. I just think they have to milk it. That seems to be like a problem with AEW. The pay-per-views, right? They're so far away that they really have to milk the storylines. That's why I think sometimes they should just maybe do like if they're not gonna do so many pay-per-views, and also right, they're trying to get their TV ratings higher. Maybe you should do like one. So after the pay-per-view's over, and you have about at least 2 to 3 months before the next pay-per-view. Maybe what they should do is maybe do like a small story, maybe like a 3-4 week storyline on TV with the payoff happening on Dynamite, and then once that's over, then you can start building up for the double or nothing. So I feel sometimes, man, they make so much shit up because they're trying to milk it because they have so many weeks before the pay-per-view. Maybe that's how I would maybe do things. Maybe like, so maybe say like in March, right? March 10, whatever, Revolution happens. And then you have from March 10 to the 27th of May into your next pay-per-view. Maybe from March 15, a few days happen, right? March 13 from the pay-per-view. From like March 13 to like May 1st at least, have like a small feud, have the match on Dynamite, put the World Championship on the line, and then the next following week on May 7, you can start the feud for the pay-per-view. And then that way you don't have to make up so many shit to milk the whole pay-per-view feud. And also you can get the ratings up, right? Like that's great they're doing that next week, the whole Kenny Omega, John Moxley steel cage match. That should get the rating. That should be a ratings boost. I think that's a good way to get your ratings up. You know, just have like a mini feud and have the payoff be on Rampage or Dynamite. And then after that, you know, when there's like about 4 to 3 weeks until your pay-per-view again, then you start building up for the pay-per-view. But whatever, ladies and gentlemen. So it's official, fatal 4-way match at Double or Nothing. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Until next time, holla.